Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, students. Welcome to the biology class. Today we'll start the gaseous exchange in humans. How in humans gaseous exchange take place. In plants we have discussed yesterday that there is no proper organ for the gaseous exchange. But in humans there is a proper system which is called the respiratory system, which is involved in gaseous exchange. It's basically respiratory system is consists of two parts: air passageway and lungs. First of all, we will discuss air passageway and in details today. Okay. First of all, air passageway. Air passageway basically consists of different organs, which like nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, alveoli. These are different parts of the air passageway which are involved in the exchange of gases. In air passageway, from nose, air is entered into our nose, and then in different parts of the air passageway, and then gaseous exchange take place in lungs, and then it moves out from the body. So this is basically the air passageway. The air passageway consists of the part through which the outside air comes in lungs after the exchange of gases out. This passage consists of different parts. The first part is the nose. This one is the first part, nose. Nose basically is the first part of the air passageway from where air enters to our respiratory system. Nose is open into a respiratory system by nostrils. Basically, two nostrils are present. Here, external nostrils are present. From external nostril, air enter into nasal cavity. Nasal cavity is the inner part of the nose. Nasal cavity basically consists of the inner part of nose, and it is separated by a wall, and it consists of fine hairs and mucus. Fine hair and mucus they involve in different functions. For example, fine hairs and mucus both they are prevent entry of any dust particle into our respiratory system. And this mucus, it also moisten and warmer the incoming air and keep the temperature nearly equal to the body. So these are the two functions of mucus and fine hair in the nose. After nasal cavity, the next part is pharynx. This is pharynx. Nasal cavity is open into pharynx by a internal nostril. Here, internal nostrils are present. Internal nostrils, from internal nostril, air into to the pharynx. This is pharynx. Pharynx basically is a it is a muscular structure, and it's a tube-like structure, and it is common for both digestive system and respiratory system. From pharynx, food is also entered here, and air is also entered. So from pharynx, food is entered into the esophagus, and air is entered into the next part of the respiratory system, that is larynx. Larynx is the next part after pharynx. Pharynx basically pharynx base bottom is known as glottis. So glottis have a lid-like structure which is called epiglottis. This epiglottis basically involved to prevent the entry of food or air into epiglottis or into larynx or esophagus. So after pharynx, air will enter into the next part, which is called the larynx. Larynx basically is a voice box. This is pharynx, and this is larynx. Larynx basically is a voice box. And why it is called voice box? Because it has fibrous band present in it, which is pairs of fibrous band is present in this larynx, and this vocal cord present in it, and this basically vocal cord vibrate, and sound is produced. That why it is called voice box. Sound basically produced by the movement of cheeks, tongues, and jaws, and that's how sound is produced. So this sound or speech is only the characteristics of human being. That's why human being is considered superior to all creatures. So that's why it is called voice box. Next part after pharynx is the trachea. Trachea after pharynx and then larynx, and then air enter into the trachea. Trachea is also known as windpipe. Its size is about 12 centimeter and is tube-like structure, and it also has C-like cartilaginous rings, and these rings basically prevent it from collapsing if there is no air present in it. So this is the other part of this air passageway. After entering trachea, then air into the next part, that is called bronchi. This is bronchi. Bronchi is also have cartilaginous rings in it, and their cartilaginous plates basically they are present. And when this trachea enter into the chest cavity, it is called bronchi, and its singular is bronchus. And then these bronchi then enter into the two different lungs, and it divided into two different tubes. The one tube enter into right lung, another is enter into the left lung. Then after entering into the lung, these bronchi divide and redivide, and they form the bronchioles. Bronchioles, as it divide and redivide, they lose cartilaginous rings. जैसे they form fine tubes, that cartilaginous rings they are lost. Okay, then this bronchiole divide and they form a very fine tube-like structure, which is called alveolar duct. This is alveolar duct. Alveolar duct then open into a small cluster of pouches, which is called alveoli. This is alveoli. Alveoli is basically form the respiratory surface in humans, and they consist of only single layer of cell, which is of epithelial cells, and it is these alveoli is surrounded by capillaries. These capillaries basically coming from the heart, and from heart pulmonary artery comes, which take deoxygenated blood, and after coming into lung, it divide and redivide and form arterioles, and then they form the capillaries. And through capillaries, as you know, gaseous exchange take place, and these capillaries then they form the after gaseous exchange, blood will move from these capillaries into heart through venules, and they form the veins, which is called the pulmonary vein. The from pulmonary vein, oxygenated blood is moved back to the heart. So this is basic structure of air passageway. And there is also information is given here. The trachea and bronchi, they are both lined with the ciliated and glandular cells. These, what are the function basically? They basically, because our lung is very sensitive, and and if there is any dust particle or any bacteria, they enter into lungs, they will cause different diseases. We will discuss it in later. So it prevent entry of any air and bacteria to enter into it. And it also have cilia. Cilia basically are a thread-like structure, and they beat with upward motion, so the foreign particles along with mucus, they will move out from the oral cavity, and they are either coughed out or others they are swallowed by our digestive system. So this is today's topic. I hope you understand and learn it. I think it's enough for today. And okay, take care. Allah Hafiz.